Hello, good morning. Good morning. So it looks like it's me and maybe someone. If you can hear me, please feel free to say hello. Let me know the audio is good. I made sure I'm off mute, so that's good. All right, so it is 6:24. 6 minutes left till open, and let's see where we're at. Actually, I need to get this set up. Where are we at here? If anyone's there, I'm just changing some settings at my end, and I'm going to go ahead and just get into a quick pre-market analysis and see what we're looking at. No, there's a few minutes left here to open. Um, it's not looking great. We did a bit of a bounce, and I'm not sure yet if this is going to be a bearish day or what. But the fact that we did bounce up here, I think it's interesting. But we rejected this zone. I think we need to get above that, and then even above this here. So we need to get over this 438 level to really start looking good, and then this could turn into quite the bullish day. Um, CPI data came out, so it looks like there must have been a positive reaction. But the way we closed yesterday, it was an interesting wick. So these, I love these, especially if they're in a buy type area. If you get a wick like this here, or candle like that, I like to take those for a long buy towards the base, something like that, and have a stop down here. It depends on how wide of a stop it is. But whether that's on like an hourly, I like that, an hourly play, or like a 15-minute, those are like wonderful, or even a 5 minute. I like to watch out for those, but they look better if it's less of a wick on the bottom. But it's usually really good for a reversal with the NQ. Anyhow, so we pushed up since then. CPI came out about, I think, an hour ago. So it looks like we had some volatility there. We wicked up to here. So 530, let's see, 15356. That looks good, but then since then we've kind of pulled back, fallen out of that zone. So I would have preferred that we stayed up in here. That would have been a little bit better, but maybe we'll still hold and then continue this push up. And then if we can get over this hump here, so really we're looking to get over 433, then we might be showing some promise. So we'll see though. We'll see if we can get up here into the zone, base out a little bit, maybe get a quick entry towards the bottom of the zone and take it north. So I like that we're still kind of holding this, even though this is kind of a rejection of this area. It's also just a little bit of a pullback. So if we can hold that, I think there's some promise. Even if it wicks down to here real quick to 276, and then we stay north of that, we just got to start pushing up fast. So we'll see where we go with that. Good morning. Thanks for joining, whoever just hopped in. Appreciate you being here. And sorry if you guys were here yesterday or waiting for me. I had a bit of a day yesterday. So definitely no streaming. I didn't make any videos. I barely got some trading in. I took a little bit of a trade somewhere throughout the day, but I didn't tack on a ton, so that's okay. But that's it. So morning's looking pretty interesting. So I think today's going to be an interesting day. We'll see where we're at. Six, six, seven. All right. Did anyone trade yesterday? Let's get some trades in. How'd you do? I'd like to see how your day went. And don't mind me, I'm trying to get some settings together for my trades today. So I'm just setting up my trade copier. I've been trading it to where I've just been using a 1-to-1 ratio between my smaller accounts and my larger accounts, but I'm going to split it up today. I'm going to trade a little bit smaller, and I'm going to trade one contract. For every one contract in my smaller account, I'm going to just double the size in the larger accounts. So just getting that set up. Used any other trade copiers, but I'm assuming you could probably do the same copiers. I just haven't used them yet. I've been thinking about trying out Quant Tower and using their copy system just to see how it works. One, two, three. There we go. All right, let's see what we got here. Did I get out? All right, so we already dipped a little bit, and right below that line. Let's see if we can still hold that area. That could be a quick little bounce. See, bottom is 74. Missed that entry. Wow. So we were looking at 76. We wicked down to 74. So that would have been a great entry for a quick scalp. That's okay. So let's see if this just holds, and then we'll get up in here, and then maybe look for something quick down to 320 once we kind of cover over that. Here we are. Let's get to the 1 minute. All right, but if anyone else was watching this area, this would have been a great spot to get in. I hope someone got something from that. Did good yesterday, took a long. Nice, man. Good job, DC. Let's close this. Alright, so a little bit of a rejection right out of that zone. So it looks like we got a high of 330, and then boom, right out. But that's the first time there for this morning, so let's see if we can hold up here and then get back in there, or that could have been our short. I'm going to wait this out though. Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining in this morning. Alright. So I don't know if anyone caught that little dip for a quick scalp. Wow, that would have been an entry at 276 is what I was looking at. Unfortunately, I was looking away when we wicked down to here. So even like a 5-6 point stop, right? Because this came down to 273. So we had a low of 273. So that would have been beautiful for a quick, you know, I would have had 5-10 points set up and then try to catch a little bit more of a runner. And I don't know if I would have had the strength to hold on all the way up to here. I would have captured some, but maybe at least 20 points. But there's going to be a lot more opportunities, so let's see what we get. Alright, we're going to go for it again. Hope we do. Let's see. But, I mean, overall, it's definitely looking bearish. So if we zoom out, what we got? You know, we have a downtrend. So we need to get up in here, show some strength, and then break out of this zone, get over that 54. So I hope we do. So overall, I mean, we could be trying to make something up here, but I don't know if we would actually break that. I'd be careful. I think it's going to set a lot of people up to think we're going to break it and then maybe just drop it on us, but we'll see. We'll play whatever it gives us, right? Okay, this is looking really good if we can just get up here. 30-minute. What do we have? Yeah. Just get up in here. Close in here. This is good. Alright, there we go. Back into the little zone here. I want to close in there, and then I want a quick retest down to this 23. Let's see, so we're at 30. We have, how much time left in that candle? 20 seconds. So I'm going to get in here with 2.
Order submitted.
Pull back.
Order filled.
And I don't like that we're wavering. I let it turn red. And then I just bring it down.
Order filled.
But we are out. There you go. Quick scalp. So I grabbed 5 on the first deal, and of course now we're gonna run up to the top. That's cool. So if you were still holding that, that's great. I'm still in the phase where I need to capture profit. I don't want to let this turn red and give up my cushion. So I'm still in that phase. So I got a ways to go. So we got to get these over to funded and then start back at it again. But good start for the morning. So maybe look for one more trade. Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining in this morning. So looking for another one. But yeah, if your account's in the phase where you can hold that for longer, that's great. You can capture a much bigger move. So, you know, in that kind of a run, you'd be looking more at a 30-point move. I think that's what it was. We got in at 23. It wicked right up towards the top here. So that's almost 30 points. The high of this wick is 53. Yeah, so solid 30 points. So probably could have went for at least 25. That would have been conservative, because you figure once we approach the top here, we're going to see some more resistance. So it makes sense that we, wicked up to here and turned around. But I didn't like how it was wavering down here for me. I was afraid I was going to get stopped out. So, but I kind of hung with it. Alright, So a lot of sellers, running into a lot of sellers there. Okay, so our low was 316 on this candle. So it came against me by 7 points. Okay, let's see if we get another entry down here. So I'm going to go in with just one. Let's see. I'm going to wait for that one to close. We got 25 seconds left here. Hey, what's up, Tony? Good morning. So mine's kind of weird. By default, I do have it set with a 10 stop loss, and then I take profit at 5, and then I have the other one set at 10. So I usually have it set up for just 2 contracts, but when I double the size in the other accounts, it'll do 2 and 2, so 2 for the first profit target, 2 for the second. Now I don't always play that 10. I just have it by default. So I usually try to get in a trade where I have less than 10 points to worry about. So I'll usually try to get out closer to 5 or 6, or even tighter if I can. But that's pretty tight though for the NQ. So that's how I run it, and that's been working out pretty well for me. But if I'm in a rut and I'm just making a bunch of bad plays, that can really go against you, because if you do the math, it doesn't make sense. It's like a losing way to do it. But again, I don't always give it the full 10. So if I did all the time, then I'd be in some trouble. But that's how I have it set by default. So I always just have a clear, hard stop. So I missed that entry right down here. I was trying to give it a little bit more time, and it would have been really good to get in the second time. And it only came down to 20, so would have been all right. That's cool. So we did a little pullback here. It looks like we're holding here. I'm waiting to get out of this zone, and then the next stop up, maybe we get a pullback right down into here, 254, or even 52. I can see that happening. Oh, you're welcome, man. Absolutely. So I hope we get out of this zone. This would be great. Is anyone looking for longs this morning, or are you guys just looking for a short entry? Because if you're looking short, towards the top of this zone would have been great. Finding the resistance, right? We're going to have a lot of sellers up here, but we're showing some good support down here too. So, good run either way. Alright, so I think I just want one more. One more trade, and that'll be it. So does anyone here still trade options? I know some of you have come from options into futures, kind of like me. I traded options for a long time, and once I got a taste of futures, I absolutely fell in love with it, because it's very different. The money is very different, but I never quite fully gave up options. I just traded a lot less, but I still look for trades, and I kind of just take longer trades usually. I'll do more of a swing. Before I used to just constantly just day trade it, look for scalps and stuff like that. Kind of a scalp, because you can still, like, if you're buying off of zones and you call the right spot, you'll get a quick bounce off of certain inflection points, and that's where money is at with options. You want that quick volatility, quick movement, that drives up the premium, and that's how you can make a lot of money with that, I think, especially quickly. So we're coming right back down here to 23. Let's see if, I'm not sure if that's going to hold. So we rejected up here and a 54. It's definitely looking like more of a short the way that we fell out of there. So I'm thinking about switching gears here, taking a quick short. Not sure. Give it a minute. So we pulled back down to, let's go 5 minute. Okay, right down to the base here. So that's not terrible. I just prefer for it to stay in the zone. It's cleaner for me that way. But here it looks like a rejection. Here, if we hold here, then we're still looking pretty good if we hold that. It's funny how these different time frames will tell you different stories. So the way that that candle ended up, oh, that was actually really good. Okay. So maybe another pull back down to here. We'll wait and see what we get. Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining. So here's when CPI came out. It was supposed to be about 5:30 my time. So looks like a quick wick down and then all the way up. Look at that, and then sold right off. So quite the range there for CPI. What is that? 260 up to 350. Nice 100 points. Gotta love that in a few minutes. Oh, nice job, DC. Hope you got him down here. There we go, right out of the zone. So that's nice. Let's see how much we're going to push up. Hopefully not too much just yet because I want to get in down here for a nice safe entry. We have 30 seconds left in this candle. All right, so I'm going to start setting up an order. I want to go long.
Order submitted.
Really hoping here. So my order's at 53. We're way past that. I was hoping for more of a close, maybe low 60s, and then pull back right down to 55, 53 area for some continuation. But I'm gonna sit tight. If I missed it, I missed it. That's all right. And my anchor's up 140 points. My man, nice job. Well, for you, man, I hope this thing just keeps running. Let's get up to that next zone. Here we go, next stop. Watch out for that 154. The way we're looking today, I hope we just keep pushing. That'll be great. So, we need to get up here. The bulls need to get it over this 430 area, 433, something like that. And then right out of the zone, 450. We need so 400. Here we come, 20 points away. Yeah, I missed out here. Huge move. All right. Time for a little pullback, maybe. So we have this R1 to look at. So 70. I'm just going to scoot this up a little bit here. 55, 75. 20 points is quite the pullback. I don't know if we'll get it. What do we have here? So from 317 to 386. So 70 points. So if we looked at a retracement for that, so 35 from the high, so puts us at 51. So right down in here. I don't know. But we'll see. If we start to base out right around here, maybe I'll look at just getting in there on some kind of a base. Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I hope we hold this, and I want to see some continuation. You know, we're so close to this 400 mark. We got to get in there, and then 430 is the next stop. So, want to see some of that. Okay, so we're 20 minutes in to market open. So we still got 10 minutes to go before we want to really be concerned about a turnaround. Which hopefully that's not even a thing today. Alright, I want to let this, wish we would just go sideways for another 5-minute candle. That'd be nice. Hey, what's up, Ruben? Good morning. Thanks for joining. Might be pushing already. So far I've just taken the one trade. I definitely missed my second entry. That's okay. So first entry was here on this candle. I was waiting for us to close up in this area, and then I wanted to get in down here at 23. So I got in at 23, locked in a quick 5 points, and then it came against me down by 6 or 7 points. I was still holding, and then we pushed back up, and then I locked in another something around 10 or 12 points, I think. So this is the total here. So these are 150s, 150Ks, and then these are 50K accounts. And so I am running, for every one contract I'm taking on the smaller accounts, I'm taking twice the size on the larger accounts. But yeah, just the one trade, and then I was going to get in here. I kind of hesitated, and so I missed that. And then here I was letting this play out, and then it just happened so fast I got nothing on it. When this closed, though, this was a good sign. I like this kind of a candle, and I was just talking about that the first thing as soon as I got in the stream. Looking at this here on the 4 hour, I like it when it does that. Right in here, here's where we closed yesterday. So we sold off, and then we had this candle here, and that's how we finished up the day. So the day finished up showing that kind of a candle, and so I definitely like that. And so because of that, I got into some options, some calls on the QQQ, which thankfully worked out. It could have went either way because of CPI, but it just seemed like we were going to try to at least get up here for another play before we decided, what we're going to do. And so we're still playing with this area. We have to get out of here and get up here to see if we're really going to just continue this thing. Maybe start to get closer to this trend line. But at that point, don't know if we're going to break out of that or if it's going to be just another drop. But I like that it's shown some strength overall. I thought we were going to continue this thing down, and then we turned around, and this is good. This is good. I like that we got up in here and wasn't a full-on rejection. So hopefully we get some continuation. So I'm just looking for a little bit more of a pullback, but this might have been it here. This little grouping down in here. Tempted to take the break. But I'm going to hold off. Alright, so we have about 20 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. Hey, nice job, DC. That's 160 points, my friend. Well done. Or is that right? Is my math bad? I might be running with some bad math right now. I don't know. Either way, I know you got a good entry, so I'm killing it. There we go, right up to the 400 area. Let's see what we do. So I have this starting at 403. So we got up to 401, 402. A little bit of a turnaround. Hopefully just a little pullback. All right, so looking at our daily. All right, so the high of yesterday was 15432.5, so 432.5. Hopefully we just break that, get over this 42, start playing around in here, and then get over this 500. That would be really good. All right, so almost at that 30-minute mark. All right, so I got an order sitting way down there. Let's move that up, huh? Let's see. If we got a pullback, 75 to 84 would be a good deal. Or if we can just get in this zone and then create a base at the bottom of the zone, that would be much better. But we're almost at that 30-minute mark, so I wonder if we're going to get a bigger pullback. All right, so I'm going to give this some time. I'm going to cancel this order.
Order canceled.
And we'll be back, and I'll see what's up here. So, DC, good luck in that trade, man. I hope this thing just keeps pushing. We're now into the zone. Yeah, I'm going to give it some time now. I'll be back in just a few. All right, and I'm back. Hey, nice move. That's good. Right up into the zone. Where do we go? Right up to 42. Top of the zone. All right. Well, that's nice that we broke yesterday's high day. That's cool. Um, Hopefully we hold this here. But I'm going to set up an order right here in case we just do a quick drop. I'd be happy catching a little spike down to 403. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I prefer that we hold this. Let's just get on up. So it looks like when we got into the zone, there was no quick pullback down to this area here, which would have been my entry. But that's okay.
Order submitted.
Looks like we got a lot of buyers here at 16. Okay, so see if we break below that. So if you are ever looking for shorts, and if you start to look at zones, if we're going up into a zone, you look for an entry here, or you can wait until we hit the top of it and look for an entry there. So that's how you play the zones. Same thing in here. We wicked up. Now this, if you had an entry towards the bottom, would have been a fail, unless you had a really wide stop. I mean, it was within 10 points, and then nice move down. But as you see, we pushed up in here. This is a great spot for some shorts. Taking it back down to the bottom of the zone, or even just a quick pullback. Okay, so now that we're in here, we're coming down, pulling back just a little bit. So I hope we pull back just a little bit more, and this will be a nice clean entry for me at 403. But if we just start to go sideways, then I'll look for a base, and then I'll take that instead, because I like that we're up here, we're holding. I think this looks really good. Sound. If you don't know the answer, go out as a Canadian. Can you guys hear me okay now? DC, I'm not sure when that message came through. I see it says we lost your audio. I had stepped away to grab some more coffee. I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me now? Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, so it looks like we're coming down to the bottom here. Let's see if I can get filled at that 403. And I'm just going to shoot for one. Glock, I see you have a question in there. I'm going to check that out in just a second. I don't want to miss this entry. So, but I'll take a look at that. But I missed a couple entries already. I'm shooting myself in the foot for those. So I want to see if we get this one here and see how we react at that 403, and I think I missed it. We came down to 405. All right, let's see if we can close over 420. Oh, by 2 points. That one hurts. Oh, that one hurts. That's okay. All right, so we closed at 420. This is on the 1 minute. Let's get over to the. I'll just leave that. I'll put this on the 5. Let's put this guy on the 3. Here we go. I was being too conservative. My entry is at 403.50. We got down to, this was 405.25. But let's see what we do. We have less than a minute left on that candle. See how we close. So Glock, let's check out that question. Finding it hard to find a way to trade futures. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know that it wasn't offered in Canada. You know, Glock, I'm not sure on that, but I'd be happy to help you research that. I know there was, who is it? It's, there's this one company, I can't think of the name right now. They trade CFDs, and I'm not sure if they ever brought futures into it or not, but I know that they were available in Canada. I am drawing a blank. The guy who runs the company, his name is Meir Barak, M-E-I-R, last name B-A-R-A-K, so Meir Barak. So they have something similar where you go and pass a challenge and then they get you funded. But at the time, this was a couple years ago, I don't think they had futures in the mix. It was just for stocks. They were talking about bringing on options, but I don't remember exactly where they were at with futures. But I'll dig around for the name. I'm sure I can find it off of Meir Barak. And that's something you might want to look into. I know for sure that they were offered in Canada. There were some guys that I used to watch stream, and they were streaming from Canada, so you would be good there. But as far as futures, yeah, I don't know if they brought that on though. But if you're just looking to get funded and just trade something, then that could be the way to go. They do have different size accounts, so you can take some rather large positions. And so if you're trading stuff like Tesla, you know, it's you got some good movers. Oh, absolutely, man. So I'm just sitting tight. I'm not going to move my order. I'm going to take this one real small. I just have one contract set up for my smaller accounts and then 2 for the larger ones. So we'll see what we get. So Meir Barak. Let's see. TradeNet. The name of the company is TradeNet. Do they have futures? Don't know. But I like what TradeNet used to do. They used to host these competitions, and you could do it from the U.S. until they cut us off. They cut off the U.S. for some reason. Maybe because it was something about trading CFDs in the U.S. or something like that. I don't know. But they took it away from us. But the competitions were fun, though. You know, you're up against a ton of other traders from all over the world, and you get to try to compete to see who's the best. And the top 20 won different types of accounts. Like they gave away, I think it was like 1 or 2 $1 million accounts, and then they had like $500,000 accounts, and then $100,000 accounts, or something like that. So it was pretty neat, you know. And you can check your ranking, and you might, you know, it's you're watching for the underdog, see who's going to turn this thing around. And some of these guys, they had some killer trades, like holding the whole day. They would just find a good spot to enter, and they just hold it no matter what. And you know, some people trade features like that too. You know, just ride. But it was definitely fun to watch and fun to participate with. Tony, you're asking me how I get the range. Are you talking about the zones that I have mapped out? Like right here, the 403 up to the 442? Okay. So I got a video out there that kind of shows you how I look for zones. And so people do them differently, but basically what I look for is I usually look at the 4-hour charts, and I look for areas where you're going to see a lot of wicks going up to certain spots, and they confirm it from the bottom and the top. And then you see like a lot of heavy consolidation, and you'll find a lot of candles opening and closing around these points. And so when you do that, it gives you a pretty good picture of where we might find some good support and resistance, or supply and demand. So these here, like everything you see here, you can see I started it right over here. So this is what I was basing it off of. So if I zoom in, you can see we're creating these different bull flags, and then if we get in a little tighter, like this here, we wicked up right to the bottom. And then the next candle we wick down towards the same area. We had a long wick down to here, and then getting out of here, once this has failed, we have this candle coming up into here, and then it rejects that. So that is starting to build this area here that I would watch out for. And if you see us kind of closing in these areas, it'd be even nicer if some of these candles like closed right up into here or opened here. I like that too, but that's kind of what I look for, and I usually do it on the 4-hour. Sometimes if we're in a new territory that we haven't been to before, then I look on a smaller time frame. Then I'll go down to a 1-hour and see if it paints a better picture, or I'll switch over to the 15-minute. So if that's what I have to do to just go off the previous day's data. I'm not sure if we're going to hold.
Order filled.
But I think that's all I'm shooting for today. So I was hoping for something like 1,200 in my larger accounts, but we got to 1,000. That's okay. If this holds, this would be a really good entry to go long. But the way we kind of fell down into it, yeah, it looks like we might fall out for a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, Tony. So back to the zones. That's what I look for, and they're not perfect, so you got to be careful with it. But overall, like as you can see here, what we've done in these zones here, you can find some good entries right off the tops and bottoms. It makes it a little bit cleaner if you wait for it, because you're looking for a place where you're going to find a lot of buyers and sellers to kind of help you with your move, whether you're trying to trade against them or with them, taking quick scalps, counter, if you're counter trading, counter trend trading, it'll help you. So I definitely like it, and I know that when I stick to that, I definitely have a higher accuracy. But when I don't, that's where I start to call more bad shots. If I'm just going off of formation, trying to take breakouts, which I still play. I take breakouts and I'll look for trend lines. But ideally, I know if I stick closer to just finding something off of a zone, I tend to be more successful. So, and sometimes it's just for the small move, sometimes it's for the bigger move. Right now we're going to pull back a little bit more, it looks like. So hopefully we're not totally losing this move. I'm hoping it's just a pullback. We broke the previous high, previous day's high, so I hope we hold. But if you went short towards the top of the zone, nice for you. Good job, because this is a nice move down. So you'd be in 50 points already. But so I used to watch this guy. He's on YouTube, and he's got a ton more videos on zones. And I was part of his mentorship for a while. He's really good when it comes to mapping out his zones. He does his a little different. And I think the way he does it, it's good for, especially for stocks. But when it comes to trading futures, I changed mine a little bit. So you can still, if you found him online, it's his name is Don Fran. He's got a channel called Don Fran Show. He's got a lot of free stuff that you can look through. He's got a section called A to Z Trading, and it kind of talks about how he handles risk and things like that, which is good. But I don't know that it directly applies to futures. But even trading off his levels, they're still really good levels, and so he makes them available through, I think it's TradingView, and I think he's offering it to the public now. Like anyone can get it without being in his membership or mentorship. So you'd have to kind of look more into that because I don't follow him as closely anymore. But it's definitely interesting to watch. So check out my video, but check out his too, just to kind of get some more ideas. But he's got really good stuff though. A really smart guy. But when it comes to trading futures, though, I do map mine out a little bit differently because it gives me more plays. Using his, you'll see that our zones don't exactly line up. He has them mapped out much bigger, so which is good. So like for DC, taking these plays where he's getting in with micros and you can give it a little bit more wiggle. I think. Trading off of his zones, it'll allow for a much bigger move, so that's really good. So DC, that's something you might want to check out too. But yeah, get all the good info that you can. He's one that I would definitely recommend in terms of just finding good information. He's got some good stuff. Not everyone puts out good quality info, so you can count on his stuff. Hey, what's up? Good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning. So I like that we pushed back up into this zone. This is good. So if I were to take another trade, I'd be waiting for us to close in here. And then I'd be looking for an entry. Let's see, we came down to 94. So I might do like a split entry, one at the bottom of the zone, and then one towards the bottom of this wick, with my stop just below. But that's if we closed in the zone. But I am definitely done for the day. 2 trades, and I'm just gonna keep it there. And so as we move closer to finishing these up, I'll just keep it tight, keep it small. Maybe I'll just switch over to micros too, just to take some trades with you guys. So I'm really hoping for some continuation. I still have some of those options I'm still holding on to. I've closed out some already. So I would love to see some continuation because that's really good for those contracts. If we can get over this 495, then we have 609. And let's see our expected moves for the week. Where are we at? So 5085 is our low, and up here we have 770. So this is where the market thinks that we could go, which is pretty interesting. That's a lot of room. And if we get up here, it's really close to that trend line, which is interesting. So we just need to get back into the zone, hold it, and then we should be able to break out of it. We can hopefully break this 500 mark today. That would be awesome. But this here, we're wicking towards the bottom of it. I don't like that if I was long. But there was an entry for a short there. 10-point scalp. But we're in a strong uptrend for the day, so I'd be careful with those. So we have this 375 mark. Be watching out for that. 372, something like that. Okay, so we came down to 85. Hopefully this turns green. Get back up into here. That'd be good. All right, let's do a poll. See where you guys are at on this. Okay, doing a quick poll. What do you guys think? Are we in a pullback or are we reversing? What are you betting on? You know, and back to Glock's question, I thought Apex was available in Canada. So we need to look that up. It's really not. Oh no, it is. Glock, please tell me you're still here. There we are, back into the zone. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm about to close out this poll. See where you guys are at. We had one vote, and this is a pullback. My friend, I am on board with you. Not sure who voted, but yeah, I hope this is just a pullback. I like that we're pushing back up to the zone. It'd be really good if this candle could close in the zone. I think that'd be a good sign. Let's see what we get here. At least close green. Hey Glock, you still here? Hey, what's up, Artie? I am in Phoenix. How's the weather today in Santa Monica? I'm already jealous because I know it's better than mine, but of course it is. Oh, I love California. We were just out that way a couple weeks ago. love it, man. Absolutely love it. Well, I'm sure those clouds will go away pretty soon. Enjoy the day at the beach. Sunny, beautiful, perfect temperature. I remember the first time I went out to California, I was surprised that a lot of people didn't have ACs. Um, I'm used to, originally I'm from the Midwest, so AC is like a must, especially with humidity and, when it gets hot, you want HVAC. So I was surprised to see there was quite a few houses without AC, but come to find out, man, if you live somewhat close to that beach, you just don't need it. It's beautiful. Yeah, today I'm sure it's just wicked hot. It's pretty much wicked hot every day over here. Yesterday I think it was like 106. Um, Hopefully we're almost done with all the crazy weather. But we were in the 120s for a while. Man, just baking. Ah, nice, man. Yeah, so there's a big difference. Yeah, I used to live around Chicago. I was south of Chicago a long time ago. So a big difference. All right, so nice move. So we closed into the zone, and if you're watching these areas here, wow, 403.50. It looks like that was the bottom of this candle here. So nice quick scalp. Low was 403. So with high of 415. I hope that holds. If I was getting in long there, let's see, my stop would be probably under that 93. So I would give it the full 10, but just calling it a day. Close, but what do you think about taking a swing trade? So me personally, if I was in one of those static accounts that allows swing trades, if I was deep enough in the green, I'd be okay with it. But if I wasn't, I'd watch out because overnight these things can easily move 50 or 100 points against you. So I'd be watching out for that, and that could destroy an account because typically static accounts have a much smaller drawdown. So I'd be careful. But if you're deep enough in the green and you're safe and like you really don't think there's any way that you could blow that account, then I'd go for it. I'd also be very mindful of the news. I'd be watching out for any kind of economic news that might be due to come out in the morning. Or if you plan to be up before then, as long as you can manage it, then okay. But yeah, if I was deep enough in the money, I would consider it, as long as we didn't have those other things to worry about. So I hope this holds up, because as ugly as it is, it's still a bull flag. So if we can stay up here in this range, I want to see some continuation. I hope we get it. Oh boy. Yeah, good deal, man. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I hope this thing holds, but I really don't like that we just came down so much. Um, Staying over the 85 would have been great. So we could wake up, but I just don't like the looks of it as of right now. But I still have long positions in my QQQ that are following the NQ, so I'm going to give it a little bit more room. Let's see if we come down to this 56, 55 area. Hopefully we get a bounce there. I have a hard time holding positions through the night, because I've taken some trades at night. I've definitely got some overnight trading, and sometimes I'll find a position, and depending on what stage I'm in, I'll let it run. It'd be a smaller position, but I let it run. But it's hard to sleep. I find it hard to sleep because all I'm doing is thinking about managing that position. So I don't do that a lot anymore. It's been a while since I've done that. But that's me, though. My mind just, I can't get away from it. Anyone get in for a short here? You guys waiting for a long? Yeah. Yeah, Ruben, absolutely. Well, that's quite the drop. Let's see how the hourly looks. Hopefully we get some support right here, 53. Get some buyers. Come on. Was anybody trading this morning? Anybody trade the CPI report? I know some people like to take advantage of that volatility. I didn't even see what it was. It looks like it was worse than expected. Worse than expected. Yeah, we got a lot of green. So funny how that works. It's funny. Some things are just built in. Already priced in. Dipping down to that 52. I would like to see a pop out of there right now. So this is not loving this, but we should get a little bit of a turnaround. See what happens. Oh, nice, man. I hope that fared well for you. Yeah, NQ is fast. Absolutely. I haven't heard of Mac and Pats. I got to check them out. Yeah, NQ is a different kind of a beast, that's for sure. I do like the ES. I think the ES is more steady, but I like the movement of the NQ. I will fall asleep at the computer. Like not joking. I fall asleep, man. It's so bad. I just got to make sure my hand's not on the mouse because I'll do something stupid. But yeah, NQ is a different kind of a beast. So, but if you can find a nice little setup, man, it'll run. And uh, if you've never traded it, you might want to try checking out the MNQ. So take it with micros first. That'll help out. And you can even stick with that. You can make really good money with the MNQ. You know, if you're watching earlier, um, DC, he's trading the NQ, but he's doing MNQ. So he's trading the micros. He caught a nice 120 or 30 point move, something like that. So man, it adds up really fast. And so even if it's only 3 contracts, that's really good money. It's over $600. So it's not a bad day if you're walking away with $600 in a day. That's awesome. Yeah, I gotta check them out. So Mac and Pat's. All right. So looking at the hourly, this it doesn't look so bad. You know, it's just a pullback. So I hope we hold there because I would still like if I was looking for a long, I'd consider taking a long off of that. That looks good. But we got a closer on there. Let's see. So we still have 15 minutes left in the hourly candle. Just I hope it holds up here. So if we dip down further, I wouldn't want it to break this hourly candle. So it's got to hold over 28. Yeah, I think price action is the way to go. I keep the VWAP on mine. I used to keep EMAs on my charts as well. Oh wow, that just happened. Well, that was quite the drop. Wow. All right, take care, DC. Nice job, man. I'm looking for a little bit of a pullback. I need to get out of these contracts. Give us a quick push up. Where is the support? $200 contracts. Oh my god. I don't know. That sounds dangerous. I mean, I know it's very thickly traded, so but still, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I hear a lot about Al Brooks. A lot of people like to follow him. There we go. What are we getting here? We're gonna hold in this zone. We still got 13 minutes left in this candle. Yeah, that's your best bet. Be patient. Wait for the best setup. That was definitely a big hurdle for me before, and even now, like there's a little bit of a pressure trading live because you want to take a trade. You know, you want to just trade for people or like just show them what you're doing, and um, like I was taking some poor trades the other day. I should have just waited a little bit longer, and so today I'm just trying to be a little bit more patient and take my setups, and that's it. So. Still working on that in other ways too. But 200 contracts. I mean, that's crazy. It's one position. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I watched. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nutty Bar trading. I watched him a few times, and just even watching him trade, I don't exactly understand his method of trading, but it's still hard though trading live. And I was telling him the same thing. I'm like, I don't know how you do it, buddy, but kudos to you for even just doing it, because trying to manage a trade and look for the right setups, and then trying to converse a little bit. It's it's different. So usually when I trade, I'm just very, very focused, and so I block out everything else. But yeah, it's a little different. But ideally, I just wanted to kind of just put some info out there and help others, because for me, finding the right information was kind of difficult, and a lot of people get trapped into buying into these subscriptions or paying for, uh, you know, trading classes or courses, and I don't think all that's necessary. You don't need to pay a premium to learn some decent info that can just make you profitable or get you in the right spot, to make some money. So that's kind of why I started putting info out there. So just kind of help out. No one has to do exactly what I do, but I think just having some of the information that I run with, I think it can just help you along your journey. Take whatever you want from it. If it just betters you in any kind of way, then great. I've done something, and that's what I want to do. Hopefully, just make a positive impact on someone. And it can be done without a fee. You don't have to pay for that stuff. You shouldn't have to. I wasted too much money trying to join these other programs. Um, so the more people I can stop from doing that, the better. It's not necessary. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure once you have a lot out there. Even trading multiple accounts. Um, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. So I don't know if you guys caught that there, but that was a nice little setup. So we closed right into the bottom of the zone, and then so once you close in that zone, you could look for a small entry. Um, if we're looking for a quick scalp off the bottom, um, it would have been counter trend, but it would have snagged you quick. Let's see, your entry would have been around here, 24, and it spiked up to 37. So being conservative, you could just grab 5 points, 8 points. But we're definitely switching gears here. We're downtrending a little bit, so if we can hold and get back up into the zone, that'll be good. See if we can turn this puppy around. All right, thanks for joining, RDB. Appreciate you having me here. Yeah, I'll see you next time. All right, so 7:52. I'm going to be closing up here in just a little bit. I got to call it a day myself. And for those of you that are, let's say you're thinking about going with Apex, Apex still has that 90% off. That's supposed to end, I think it's tonight. So even if you're not fully ready to just dive into this thing, it's a really good price, and you can get some accounts to as low as like $15. So that's a good entry account, so you can just start practicing with. Um, and so if you go with the smaller accounts, consider trading micros instead of the minis to preserve your account and be able to take more trades. But at least it'll give you a feel for it, and even when you're in the eval phase, it still feels like real money, and just treat it like real money. But yeah, 90% off ends tonight. So there's links in coupon codes in my description in the video. So go ahead and check those out if you want to take advantage of that. I think it ends at 12 or midnight Eastern. So take advantage. I really like that this is pushing back up to the zone. Let's see, this is on the 5. If we can do some closing up in here and just stay above this 22, that'll be real good. And then for anyone looking to get long, if it holds in this area, it could be a good spot. See if we turn this thing around. But if we start closing more down here, then I'd watch out. We might just see some continuation of this downtrend. So I'm not giving up on this long just yet. We'll see. So anyone else in anything? You guys in any longs or shorts right now, or are you looking for an entry? Any killer plays that you've taken today you want to share? Maybe a nice little breakout. Still long, nice, man. So, Ruben, you were saying you traded the CPI, right? You traded the CPI report. Is that what you're still holding from? Did you get in long from that, and you're just still holding that position? Nice, man. Well, I like what's happening here. I hope we just stay above here. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Got it. Nice. Yeah, whatever that is, I hope you get it. For this to look good, we got to get over this 54. But there's time for this thing to build out, though. We can still build out in here and then paint out a solid picture to go north. Nice, man. Yeah, I hope that works out for you. I'm really hoping that we push this thing north. I know we showed some kind of a rejection here, but the fact that we're holding into here, you know, this is a good spot. Back into here, this is good. So if we can hold this, then we should have another attempt back up here, and then we just got to break that 440. So getting over that 440, That'd be great. Next stop will be 500. So 155. So 500. That'll look real good. Yeah, what's up? How much is the first withdrawal with Apex? It depends on what plan you're on. So they limit you. So depending on account size, I read. So 500 is the minimum that you can take out. So they have a minimum of $500 withdrawal. So as long as you have the funds for it, that's the least amount that you can take. So it used to be, what was it? I think it was 1,000. That used to be the minimum. But again, that's the minimum. With a 50K account, you can take up to 2,000 as long as your funds allow for it. So if you have enough profit built in, you can absolutely take 2,000 for the first 3 months. So it's 2,000 maximum for the first 3 months with a 50K account. If you're trading larger size accounts, they have different tiers. So their maximums are different. And then after you've taken 3 months of payouts, at that point you can take out as much as you want. So if you've built up that account, and you've got like 50,000 in profit sitting there, you could take out $50,000 after your 3 months. So absolutely. But the minimum, yes, the minimum is 500. So if you want to withdraw something, you cannot take out anything less than 500. And that's as long as you've met the criteria. So in a 50K account, the threshold is, I think it's 2,600. So your account needs to be sitting at least 52,600 as a balance, and you can take 500 out of there. So if you don't have a huge cushion, you want to wait, because you want to give yourself as much room as possible. Oh yeah, you're welcome. All right, so it's 8 o'clock. I have to run, my friends. Thanks for joining me this morning. I appreciate it. Sorry about yesterday, but I'll be live again tomorrow. So I'll see you guys in the morning. So thanks again for being here. Really appreciate you guys subscribing and watching the videos. So if you're going to keep trading for today, just stay green, make some smart trades. But I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, you have a good one.